All right, guys. So now what we're going to do is zoom out just a little bit and begin to work on the arms. Now, the arms are broken up into many, many, many pieces, but we're going to keep this pretty basic. It's going to be your deltoid, your bicep, your tricep, your forearms, and your hands. What we're going to do is basic shapes right now. It's all about basic shapes and basic separations of the muscle. And we're just going to kind of float back and forth between arm and arm. I can already tell that I want to kind of do a little bit of tweaking on his left arm, but like I said previously, I'm going to make those adjustments later on to show you a neat little way that we can do that in Photoshop and save ourselves tons of headaches by having to redraw and redraw and redraw. So we've roughed in the deltoids. Now what we're doing is giving the basic outline shapes of the bicep and the tricep. And now what we're going to do is just keep moving back and forth from arm to arm. This way there's some sort of symmetry and some sort of balance, and we're keeping some sort of rhythm in the figure. The outside shapes of your drawings are usually the most important. As long as you're keeping your outside shapes proper and recognizable, a lot of what you can do on the inside is up to interpretation. Your anatomy still has to be on point, but your shading can be more graphic, it can be more experimental, it can be more creative. So keep that in mind when you're working, especially at this stage of the figure, to just make sure that your outside shapes are proper and accurate. Now what I'm doing is I'm just making sure that the forearms have a good basic outside shape. You can see this little streamline type of line that I'm dropping in, and it really is just for an indication for me of potential possible lighting, but it's also an indication of where there is some muscle. Now what I'm doing is giving a little bit of shape to those brick-like hands. Those hands have to have the ability to rip a car in half, but also catch a baby from a 20-story building that's on fire. Make sure the knuckles have a good defined shape. Remember, those are the knuckles that are going to be battling with a villain from another planet. So we need to make sure that this character has all the basic tools that they need to survive such an encounter. Now, all I really want to make sure that we have in place is some more indications for lighting and effects, and that our lines are all lining up, and just a good feel for the figure at this point. Now, a lot of what I do does go by feel and instinct. If the image doesn't feel right, it's not right. Now I'm clicking and unclicking the rough sketch layer just to make sure that I have all the information I need to move forward with you properly. And we're going to be moving forward on the legs in the next clip.